evening, Toastmasters.
Good evening.
Much more louder. Good evening, Toastmasters.
Good evening.
One day, after a small get-together at my home, I was sitting with one of my aunt, and we were discussing about my career. She asked me a question. Before I tell her how I answered the question, I would like to ask you all that question. There is a person who is earning a huge salary, six-figure salary, and moving in luxurious cars, but staying alone in a big bungalow, but eating food from different five-star hotels, but thinking alone how his day was. And there is another person who is not earning that much, but he is earning money that just like it's required sufficient for his needs, like to feed his family. But after coming from his job, he has a family. He just discussed how his day was, how did he spend it. And then my aunt asked me, who's like led a happier life? So Toastmasters, which person you want to be? The first person or the second person?
Second. First.
Okay. But that day when she asked me that question, I was so excited. I just said such a simpler question. Obviously the first one. When I earn so much of money, I can eat so many chocolates, I can go on luxurious cars, I can eat the food from five-star hotels. What else can I expect from my life? Then my aunt just gave a simple smile and said, once, like over past dozen years, since age 18, her friend worked a lot of almost 80 hours a week in that corporate job. She promoted from a retail sales representative to a sales manager, to a store manager, to the regional manager, and finally to the director for about 150 retail stores. She even hired, throughout her entire tenure, she hired about hundreds of employees. She even helped many people to grow up individually and professionally. So even in the last few years before she quits her job, she even achieved many presidential trips to London, Hawaii, different places for her outstanding sales performance. So when she announced her departure, it was illogical to my aunt. Why did she do that? Why did she do such a beautiful career? Then she was very successful. Although it was illogical not only to her but also to the many employees who were in that job. They were confused where she was going. Why did she leave the job? Whether they could come along with her. She says, her friend, I'm walking away from my old life path. It seemed illogical to my aunt because she was earning unremitting money. So then who else can leave such a job? After all, it was an American dream, wasn't it? Then my aunt says to me, the way when you answered this question, the same thing I felt when she said I quit my job. I felt the same. Who the hell walks away from such a career? Then, although yes, she was. Then after a simple smile, my aunt says, yes, she was successful. She was successful, but she never felt successful. She felt overwhelmed, stressed out, depressed. Though she was earning so much in the corporate job, though she was in such an elevated status, she was not truly happy. She lost the true side of happiness. She was unhealthy. She was depressed. Oh, because sadly, the last few years before she quit her job, her mother died. And in the same month, she got divorced with her husband. Because she couldn't maintain the relationship. She didn't make up the time to maintain her relationship. All the way she was busy with her job, achieving many trophies. Then it was then my aunt didn't understand it. Then she said, yes. Then after her mother died and she got divorced with her husband, she started thinking, is this life what I want? Is this what I want to achieve? She started making radical changes in her life. She started putting difficult questions to herself. Then she realized she is not pursuing a passion, nor was she growing up as an individual. She started growing. She was not living a dream. She was living a lie. This made her. So she says, so today I quit my job because I want to stop living a lie and start living a dream. When my aunts shared the story to me, then it completely changed my thinking styles. In 11th and 12th, I worked so hard just to get into good BTech colleges so that I can get into one of the best colleges, so that I can get placed into best companies which offer huge salaries, so that I can earn so much and I can buy many things. But that day when she shared that story, it made me realize it's not just money that gives us happiness. It's the time we spend with our loved ones that gives us happiness, actual happiness. It's the food we eat that is made with so much of love that makes us healthy. So Toastmasters, maybe money can buy anything in this world, but not happiness. Over to you.
Good evening again, Toastmasters.
Good evening.
Good evening again, Toastmasters.
Good evening.
Great Toastmaster Shivani did a wonderful job in completing her CC2. She used a storytelling strategy. This is one of the most effective methods of conveying a message. She started with a question, she interacted with the audience, and she even did a wonderful comeback when the audience disagreed. It was a very difficult thing to do. It was a very difficult thing to do for a CC2 speaker. She was nervous, but she did a wonderful job in covering it. Although it was a wonderful speech, I think that she would have worked a little more on her transition. And I also recommend her to practice a little more with her mentor. Then, to summarize it, her speech had an excellent structure. It had a strong opening and a conclusion. She had to work a little bit more on the transition.